Okay, I'm going to wait for this glitch. It's fixing to glitch. Get ready for it. Here it comes. Yeah, there it went. The glitch. Okay, there's the glitch. It's out of the way. Now it's not going to bug me. I don't know why this thing does that. Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight? Here's the live training, 6 o'clock for shoulders, deltoids. All right, first thing I'm going to do is kind of go over some physiology of the deltoid. The deltoid these are your shoulders. Deltoids are your shoulder muscles, okay? Shoulder muscles have three heads. You have your anterior, which is the front here, right here in the front. This is where a lot of guys tear. This is where I tore my rotator cuff. It's right here. This is where they go in, is right here in the front. So that's your anterior. You have your medial, which is the middle muscle of the deltoid, and then you have a posterior head. So you have three different heads of the deltoids, and each one of these takes a specific movement to exercise and to isolate. Now, when we talk about isometrics, isometric is not about movement, it's about contraction, so we don't stress the joint. Okay, guys that have had surgery on shoulders or have arthritic shoulders, and I know Lee, a guy, Fred, I know, and a couple of others have shoulder issues, myself included. And mine really all started about 5 years ago. I had terrible atrial fibrillation and was hospitalized. Went to the hospital probably 3 or 4 times. Had a procedure that didn't work, and then I finally opted for a 12-hour procedure where they actually kill you. They stop your heart, they go in and restart it and try to make it AFib so they can shock the areas of the heart that are misfiring, because there's a little nerve bundle in there that they have to watch and zap it with electricity or something to kill that nerve so it'll quit AFib. And I mean, you talk about an awful thing. It's like 200 beats a minute. Just it will not stop. It's just not even beating. It's fluttering. Uh, you get very weak. You get lightheaded, and I would go into these bouts of AFib that would just go on and on. Sometimes, usually they would quit after about 30 minutes to an hour, but I got into several rhythms where they would last for hours, and put in the hospital thinking I was a goner, at least 3 times before I had the procedure. Anyway, 12-hour procedure. They lay you out, and they hook you up to all these wires, and when they lay you out, you're laid out like this, and they stick these boards under your arms so they can put IVs in you and stuff, but you're like this for 12 hours. And of course, you're knocked out and your shoulders fall back. They don't support your shoulders in any way when they do this. Maybe they do now, but they didn't for me. And I woke up out of that surgery. I wasn't worried about my heart. My shoulders were so sore, I could hardly move my shoulders. They did something to the shoulder joint, and they have hurt me ever since. So, and then I finally I fell on the ice and jammed my right shoulder about 2 years ago, and it, not a fun surgery. Bicep tendon, rotor cuff tear, and it was severed. I couldn't be repaired. It couldn't, isolate and repair itself. It had to be repaired. So some rotor cuff tendon ruptures, if they're not full ruptures, can repair. But the thing with that is you have to completely isolate it. You have to stay in a sling for like 3 months or more. It takes up to a year for a partial tear to heal. And a lot of you guys are having, I know Lee was talking about when he throws a ball, he has pain, he has to throw sidearm. And what happens with your body and shoulders in particular is that you learn how to move to keep it from hurting. So you learn how to adapt to that injury. So you end up not using the muscle or the area that's hurting and not working it out. So that muscle atrophies or deteriorates even more. So then your muscles get out of balance. So that's a real problem. So what we're going to do, we're going to start this isometric. Now, I'm just going to show you a 10-second hold on each one of these. They're very effective for shoulders. If you can, try to rotate your shoulders around. Don't do it where it's painful. Let's just kind of stretch a little bit. A little bit of stretching, nothing crazy, just light, a little bit of light stretching, okay? Take some deep breaths. Now, one thing I do before I do any shoulder work is I'll pull my elbow across my body and hold it. and just stretch it there. Feel that stretch in your deltoid or your shoulder muscle, okay? Do that for 10, 15 seconds. Stretch it a little. Do the other side. Gentle, not real, don't pull it over hard. Just pull it gently where you feel that stretch. And you could even rock your forearm back and forth a little bit to help rotate the joint some, okay? All right, now, when we talk about isometrics, again, for the shoulders especially, there's no movement. It's all contraction of the muscles, okay? And we're going to move to different positions and hold those positions for a count of 10 seconds. Now, I do these when I walk. You can do them when you walk, when you jog, whatever. You know, you don't have to stop. You can keep your pace and keep going while you do these. And there are many isometrics that you can do that with. But for shoulders, I'm going to show you this one. Okay, what I want you to do first, clasp your hands together, interlace your fingers, thumbs and all, so that the heels of your palms are together, okay? Stretch those out in front of you a little bit. Not crazy, just stretch them out a little ways. Don't have to straighten your arms all the way out. Okay, now what we're going to do, we are going to pull back towards our chest, and then as we pull back towards our chest, we're going to lift the elbows up, and you will feel the medial head, the middle of your deltoid shoulder, start to flex or engage, okay? When we get there, we're going to hold a flex up with our elbows up for a count of 10. I'm going to count down from 10 to 0, okay? So push here, and then we're going to pull into our chest, elbows up, and you'll feel it. You can feel it right there. Okay, here we go. And then you flex it hard and pull. Try to pull your fingers apart, but keep your heel of your palms together. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay, and up, and pull your elbows up, and you can feel the medial head engage. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and release slowly. Slowly release. Okay, and a little stretch. There's my little granddaughter, my little daughter over in the corner there. Say hi, Addison. Say hi. Say hi. Speak. 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 You can speak. Okay, go on. Go back over there. You're bugging me. Move it. All right. So 3 sets of those, 10-second holds. These will make you sore. There is no doubt. You don't. This is these isolating muscle groups like this. You're not. These muscles are secondary muscles to like a chest press or a bench press or some other movement, back rows, whatever. That shoulders, to work shoulders independently like this, it really stresses them and really gets into fibers that you're not used to working. So these can make you sore. So to review, this is a great one. Okay, this is medial, the middle of the deltoid. Pull your shoulders back in, and as you're pulling back, raise your elbows up, and then as soon as you get back, engage, and you'll feel the shoulders. You have to think about it. You've got to get that muscle mind connection, so you feel and think about that muscle as you're working it. And man, I can feel it right there. You know, you find the spot where you feel that muscle contracting, and then try to pull your hands apart and flex while you're doing it as hard as you can. Okay, that's medial. Okay, if you guys have any questions or don't understand this, ask in the program, and we can get your questions answered if you're looking at the recording of this. So, okay, that's for the medial head. Now, the anterior head. This is where a lot of guys have trouble with the front of their shoulder. You know, a throwing motion engages this anterior deltoid. So, what we're going to do, put your hand out, straight out. We're going to use this hand as our resistance. Maybe it's better like this. Yeah. And you use this hand as resistance, okay? And we're going to push up against this hand. And you will feel this engage here. So if you have problems with your shoulder and you have pain in this area, you may want to forego this. But this is one that I do when I walk. Okay, you ready? We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, ready? And then we're going to do a count from 10 to 0. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay, you can feel it. Even when you're standing there like this, you feel that anterior flexing. Okay, you're going to push up against this palm. Okay, ready? 1, 3, 2, 1, go, and push up hard, hard, hard. Okay, there's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release slowly. Woo! Oh boy, I felt that, man. Gosh, you feel that. And you do the other side the same way. Other side the same way. Okay. Hammer. You can do a hammer fist. You can do a flat palm like this, or like this. Okay. I always do a hammer fist. It helps me to engage that a little more. I don't know why it is, but it tends to. So we're going to count down to 3, and then we're going to hit it. Okay. Ready? You want to feel that flex and hold that flex. You don't want to move this at all. You want to just have continuous pressure against this shoulder, and you get the mind muscle connection only on this. You don't want to engage your bicep, your tricep, forearm, nothing. This is just your lever to get to the anterior deltoid. Okay, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Push up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 1004, 1003, 1002, 1001, 0. Okay, let it down slowly. Woo! Okay, shake it out like this. Shake it out. You can do kind of a butterfly like this to shake those out. Wing, do some wings like this. Hand knuckles together in the middle and wing up. Wing your elbows together and you'll stretch those deltoids. Ooh. My shoulders are so sore from doing, I think I'm up to 16,000 push-ups on the 20,000 push-up challenge for January. So my shoulders are pretty eat up anyway. All right, here we go. Okay, now these, the medial, the anterior head of the deltoid are easily engaged. You can feel them engaging. The one that's very difficult is the posterior head of the deltoid. That one's very difficult to engage. You have to really train your mind to isolate that muscle. Okay, and the way I do these isometrics for the rear or posterior deltoid, rear shoulder, is to put your hands out in front of you like this. Interlace your fingers again. You want to drop down in front of you. Okay, and you really got to think about this. We're doing the same thing. We're going to try to pull our hands apart, but we're going to do it down here below. So put your hands, you see I'm down here, okay? And you try to pull apart. And this will engage the posterior deltoid, okay? And posterior deltoid, I was a pitcher. I was a left-handed pitcher, baseball, all city, and pitched and played first base through my entire high school career, and junior high and little league even. So, but I always threw my arm out, and it was always my rear deltoid because it was not developed enough. I didn't have it developed along with my other 2 heads of my deltoid, so it was weak, and I would overcompensate, and I would throw that out. So anyway, here we go. Release your fingers, go down below, and you're going to wing out, and you're going to pull out. Try to do it a couple times. Just pull out, and you can feel the rear of your deltoids. You got to really think about it because the rear deltoids are hard to isolate. And pull out. Okay, ready? And we're going to count down. 3, 2, 1, and pull. 1009, 1008, 1007, 1006, 1005, 1004, 1003, 1002, 1001, and let it release it easily. Okay, those are tough. You really have to. For me, it's lower, and I pull from here, pull down, right in front of your waistband, and pull out from there. And you can adjust this, but always keep the tension on while you're adjusting your position, so you can keep that tension on and try to find that position that engages that rear deltoid. Okay, and again, guys, 10-second holds to start with. Don't do any more than that. I would start with 3 sets of 10 seconds each. Give yourself about a minute in between and do 3 sets of these. Another thing that I developed whenever I had my shoulder surgery, this, they give you the swinging pendulum thing, and it's just, some really very passive therapy to rehab your shoulder. Well, I didn't want to wait a year to get back into, my training and everything. So what I did is I started working it along with my other shoulder, what I call Rotary Flies. And this is not an isometric, but it could help you guys that are having shoulder issues, because this will work the entire structure of the shoulder and the joint. If you have some arthritic, if the joint is arthritic, this can help these muscles develop in an equal way so you can be balanced and help offset that arthritis in the joint. Arthritis, the best thing you can do for arthritis is to move. But like I said, is when you injure yourself and you do certain movements, you learn, and your body learns how to compensate for that and not do the movement that makes you hurt. So when you do that, the muscle that's not being worked atrophies. So you get out of balance and you tend to injure yourself even more. So Rotary Flies, I'll just show you the movement. I'm not going to do it with any weight. But what I do is I start here and I go around like this with my dumbbells. And I did this with very light weight. Started with 5 pounds. And I'll show you this from the side. I think, Fred, this one would help you, and possibly Lee as well, because you're going to be developing all these muscles equally. And it could hurt you, at first. Try to move through it. If you don't have a tendon tear and you think you've got a muscle strain or muscle sprain, this is a way that you can work these muscles gently. Okay? Try that. You guys try that and see if those will help you as well as the isometrics. But anyway, those are some of the techniques I use for my shoulders. Shoulders are, about 80%, I guess. I can't do heavy weight anymore. I can't do like heavy presses or anything. My max on shoulders is probably 25 pounds, but I'm doing isolation work too. I'm doing the Rotary Flies. Another version of a Rotary Fly is to come forward like this. Keep the motion all the time, like you're doing a backstroke, and come across your body like this with very light weight to start with, and you can work up to whatever's comfortable for you. I think I do 25 pounds at the most. But you're really when you do these exercises, these are so isolating to the shoulders. You don't have to use a lot of weight, okay, like you would with a bench press or something that's a compound and using several different muscle groups together. So, okay, gang, this is all I got. I'm almost 20 minutes into this thing. I hope you guys got value out of this. My whole goal here is to help you guys. It took me a year and almost over a year to lose almost 80 pounds. I'm still on this journey to lose weight. I want you guys to come on this journey with me. I'm going to try to add value. I'm going to try to add trainings, health tips, diet tips, all kinds of stuff in this website. So, you guys come along with me, okay? And we'll help each other out. And if you guys have comments, if you have exercises that you want me to, or you have a problem area of your body that you need help rehabbing, or ways to work it to get it back where it needs to be, put it up in the comments and I'll respond to it, and I'll do a video about it. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I got tonight. I'm going to take my little girl. We're going to go get something to eat, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, remember, today's one of a kind. You're never going to get it back. Never get it back, guys. So make the best of it you can. All right. I'm going to. All right, guys. God bless.